Imagine this: dazzling visuals, impeccable sound design, and award-worthy performances. Maestro, the new Leonard Bernstein biopic directed by and starring Bradley Cooper, has taken audiences by storm. But here's the twist. Instead of just focusing on the musical maestro himself, the film shines a spotlight on his wife, Felicia. Now hold up. How accurate is this portrayal? Did Maestro hit the right notes when it comes to telling the real story of Leonard and Felicia? Picture this. In the film, we see young Lenny, played by Bradley Cooper, getting an early morning phone call in his apartment above Carnegie Hall. The regular conductor is out sick, and suddenly, it's up to him to lead the orchestra without any prior rehearsal. Talk about a nerve-wracking situation. But instead of panicking, he jubilantly slaps his lover's butt, gets dressed, and races down to the concert hall and onto the stage. And guess what? The unknown young conductor is a massive hit, launching his career into the stratosphere. Now, let's compare this Hollywood moment to the real deal. Did it happen exactly like that? Well, not quite. According to historical records, while Bernstein did step in for an ailing Bruno Walter as conductor of the New York Philharmonic, he wasn't quite as unprepared as the film suggests. As an assistant conductor, part of his job was to be familiar with the current season's scores just in case he had to step in unexpectedly. And even though there wasn't a formal rehearsal with the orchestra, Bernstein did have the opportunity to visit Walter, who was battling the flu, for some last-minute coaching. Imagine that. Getting tips from the maestro himself, while he's wrapped up in blankets fighting off a fever, which brings us to the relationships shown in this movie. The film gives us a glimpse into the relationship between Leonard Bernstein and Felicia Montealegre, played by Bradley Cooper and Carey Mulligan respectively. It shows us how they met, fell in love, and faced the challenges of Bernstein's complex sexual identity. In the movie, we see Bernstein and Montealegre enjoying each other's company, laughing and sharing tender moments. They seem like the perfect couple, deeply in love and supportive of each other. Montealegre even tells Bernstein that she accepts him for who he is, including his sexual orientation. She understands that he may be attracted to both men and women, but she's willing to stand by him as long as he's discreet and doesn't embarrass her. But let's compare this Hollywood romance to what really happened. Historical accounts tell us that Bernstein and Montealegre's relationship did indeed have its ups and downs. They met in the late 1940s and got engaged, but then broke it off for a while. During this time, Montealegre became involved with another man, actor Richard Hart. However, tragedy struck when Hart passed away, and Montealegre gave Bernstein another chance. Their marriage was not without its challenges, especially as Bernstein struggled with his sexual orientation. While Montealegre was accepting to some extent, there were moments of tension and conflict. Eventually, their relationship reached a breaking point, and they separated. Could questioning sexual identities have to do anything here? We see Bernstein grappling with his sexuality, but ultimately coming to terms with it. He acknowledges the complexities of being attracted to both men and women, and he doesn't let society's expectations dictate how he should feel. There's a scene where he expresses his belief that people shouldn't be confined to just one identity, saying, "The world wants us to be only one thing, and I find that deplorable." It's a powerful moment that highlights Bernstein's self-awareness and refusal to conform to societal norms. But let's compare this Hollywood portrayal to what we know from historical evidence. Bernstein's journey towards self-acceptance wasn't always smooth sailing. He struggled with his sexuality and sought guidance from psychoanalysts, like many others did during that time. These interactions with therapists, as well as his own internal struggles, are a significant part of his story. While Maestro captures Bernstein's acceptance of his sexual preferences in a relatively straightforward manner, it simplifies the complexities of his experiences. It's important to remember that Bernstein, like many others, faced societal pressures and personal challenges in navigating his identity. But hey, a film is only as great as the actors and actresses. So who played who in the movie? First up, we have Bradley Cooper stepping into the shoes of Leonard Bernstein. Cooper's performance as the legendary conductor and composer is nothing short of impressive. He captures Bernstein's charisma, passion for music, and the complexities of his personal life with nuance. While he may not look exactly like the real Bernstein, Cooper nails the essence of the character, embodying his charm and intensity. Next, we have Carey Mulligan portraying Felicia Montealegre, Bernstein's wife. Mulligan brings depth and vulnerability to the role, portraying Montealegre as a supportive yet complex figure. She captures Montealegre's strength and resilience, as well as her struggles in navigating Bernstein's sexual identity. While the film may simplify some aspects of their relationship, Mulligan's performance adds layers to Montealegre's character. Finally, we have Brian Klugman as Aaron Copland, Bernstein's friend and mentor. Klugman delivers a solid performance, capturing Copland's intelligence and warmth. While the film doesn't delve deeply into Copland's relationship with Bernstein, Klugman brings authenticity to the role, portraying him as a supportive figure in Bernstein's life. Overall, the actors in Maestro do a commendable job in portraying these real-life figures. While there may be some differences between the actors and their real-life counterparts, they capture the essence of the characters and bring depth to their performances. It's a testament to their talent and dedication to their craft. But what does the public have to say? Like any good movie, it's stirred up its fair share of controversies and criticisms. So what's all the fuss about? Let's break it down. First off, there's been some talk about how the film handles Leonard Bernstein's sexual orientation. Some folks feel that Maestro glosses over the complexities of Bernstein's relationships with men, portraying his acceptance of his sexuality in a simplified way. Others argue that the film doesn't fully explore the challenges Bernstein faced in navigating his identity in a less accepting time. Then, there's the elephant in the room, Bradley Cooper's prosthetic nose. When the first publicity stills for the film were released, there was a bit of a kerfuffle over Cooper's altered appearance. Some folks felt that the prosthetic nose looked stereotypical and caricatured, while others defended it as an accurate representation of Bernstein's actual nose. Either way, it got people talking. But wait, there's more. Some critics have pointed out that Maestro glosses over significant moments in Bernstein's life and relationships. For example, the film simplifies Bernstein's marriage to Felicia Montealegre and omits key details about their relationship, such as their temporary breakup and Montealegre's previous engagement to another man. It's led some folks to question the film's accuracy in portraying Bernstein's personal life. So what's the verdict? Well, controversies and criticisms are par for the course with any film, especially one based on a real-life figure as complex as Leonard Bernstein. While Maestro may not be perfect, it sparked important conversations about representation, accuracy, and the complexities of Bernstein's life. The film serves up a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to depicting Leonard Bernstein's life and his connection with Felicia. While it offers us a peek into their world, there's a bit of back and forth on whether it really captures their story accurately. Some folks feel like it skims over Leonard's queerness, leaving a bit to be desired in that department. But on the flip side, there are those who appreciate the focus on Felicia's perspective, bringing a fresh angle to the table. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Maestro sparks some serious questions about fame, sacrifice, and the complexity of personal identity. So, what's your 2 cents? Dive into the comments and let us know what you think about Maestro and its take on Leonard Bernstein. Let's keep the conversation rolling. If you like this video, watch our other video next.